Hello world, Cossy here. Now, a few days ago I talked about some top 5 Christmas horror movies, and it got me thinking, maybe there are some other alternative Christmas movies that you might want to check out. So here's my top 5. Number 5, and this film is actually one of the worst films ever made, but you have to see it. It's one of those movies. The film I'm talking about is Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Now, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, a 1964 science fiction movie, is all about the Martian society, and there's a family and they have children. The children are watching a lot of Earth television, and the parents are worried that it's addling their brain, especially the fact they keep watching this thing with Santa Claus on it. So they go to speak to an elder who tells them that basically that their society is too rigid and they need to change and to be more progressive. So what would you do to help that? Well, of course you'd go to Earth and you get some children, you get Santa Claus, you bring them to Mars and get them to build a factory, and you'd have a subplot where there's some Martians who don't agree, and then you'd have a Martian Santa, and then Santa would go back to Earth. Oh my god, all of those things happen in this movie. This movie is terrible and brilliant at the same time. It's like the Christmas version of The Room. You've got to see it. 1964's Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Number 4, Trading Places. This is a great movie, a funny movie. It was released in 1983. It sees basically the switching of a very poor street hustler and a very rich businessman. They literally trade places. It's got Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy in those two roles. Fantastic. Now, it's set at Christmas. It has an underlying tale about money not being as important as people think, and that more important is the love and cherishment of family, and family really does matter. So it's got all these important messages, and at the same time it's absolutely hilarious. It's just, if you haven't seen it, then you really need to get hold of this. You can watch it any time of the year despite its Christmas setting. It is so funny. Oh, there's also a drunken bum Santa Claus who steals salmon, and it's important to the plot, so I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's very, very funny. Trading Places. Number 3, The Thin Man from 1934. Now, not to be confused with the song The Thin Man by Dom Newton. This movie is a comedy thriller, and yes, it's in black and white. It's from the 30s, guys. Get over it. That's based on a husband and wife team who are investigating a mystery over the Christmas period. And the storyline is very, very well written. It's well acted, well directed. There's a lot of very witty banter between this husband and wife pair. And it's considered by many, including me, to be what is known as a screwball classic comedy movie. It's well worth a watch if you can get over the fact it's in black and white, and why shouldn't you? Good film doesn't have to be brand new or in colour. It's not on television very often, but if you can find it, if you can get hold of a copy, if it is on a channel over Christmas at any point or online, then watch this film. It's very, very witty, very funny, and a brilliant also mystery thriller. Number 2, a hilarious movie that everyone should have seen, or should watch again if they fancy it. Bad Santa. What's not to love about this movie? It's got a main character who is a thief, on drugs, alcoholic, womanizer, who's also a Santa Claus. And yeah, I mean literally, he's a mall Santa. He works at a grotto. He's a horrible person. It's just so brilliant that he's just such a disgusting human being, and yet he's also Santa Claus. Has a fantastic cast. It's very, very funny. The fact he has this odd friendship with this child called Thurman Merman, who helps him see the error of his ways, is fantastic. It really does set up some very, very funny things that go on throughout the movie. If you haven't seen it, do see it. It's both heartwarming, hilarious, and filthy at the same time. I never thought I'd be able to say that about a Christmas movie. Bad Santa. Number 1, the greatest alternative Christmas movie of all time, Die Hard. Yeah, Bruce Willis at his best. The film that launched that entire franchise, the first one, is brilliant. It's set at Christmas. It's got Willis, obviously, in his trademark white vest, stopping bad guys, stopping terrorists who stupidly got between him and his family having Christmas dinner in the Nakatomi Plaza. Now, it's got everything. It's got explosions and rocket launchers and machine guns and killings and Willis being awesome and witty one-liners, and it's just absolutely fantastic. A Christmas action movie that was written, filmed and acted perfectly. It's one of the greatest action films, nay, greatest films of all time, and if you haven't seen it, then you're a disgrace and you should see it. In fact, I might go right now after this video and watch it again. Okay guys, as always, thanks for watching. Down there's the like button, click on that if you like this video, favourite or give me a video response, subscribe to my channel, my Facebook, Tumblr and Twitter, which are in the description below. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Maybe you've got other alternative Christmas movies you think would be better in this list. Let me know. There's a link there to the last Cosmas video. There's also a link to my last geek movie review. And until tomorrow, au revoir.